Welcome. Look at that. I see I started off with a nice loud clap. I want to get your attention because, ladies and gentlemen, it is Technophilia Podcast, episode number 75. I'm hosting this week because Justin is on vacation out in the Rocky Mountains. This week we're going to talk about Justin shooting things because he hates Justin Bieber. We'll talk about some SkyDrive, and we're going to come up with some better names for SkyDrive because that name was never very good anyway. And we even have a special guest this week. So to start it off, I'm Dave LeClaire in Connecticut. With me, as always, the man who hates video games, Mr. James Bruce.
Is that it? Do I not get a special nickname? Is that just
that's
the man
all you
who
get?
hates
The
video
man
games?
who, well, that's pretty special. The man who hates video games. No.
No.
And Justin Pott, who likes video games. He's on
Hey,
vacation.
how's it going?
How are you?
Pretty good. How you doing, Dave?
Where are you right now?
I am near Estes Park, Colorado, which really isn't that far from my home.
How far is that from Boulder?
From Boulder, it's about a 45-minute drive.
Oh, not bad.
Through the mountains, yeah. It's an enjoyable drive, too. I think you would admire the scenery as a skier.
I don't like scenery.
So you're staying in a hotel, like down the road from where you live?
So here's the deal. It's a family reunion.
Oh.
So everyone else is from out of town, and we can't fit them all in our apartment, so Kathy's parents booked this place here. There's like mountains and activities and stuff, and it's mandatory for all related to the family.
That's awesome. Can we see out the window?
Yeah. Maybe, yeah. It's not the most impressive view. Are you seeing it?
Yeah, no, I can't see a damn thing. Never mind.
Okay, yeah, that's where there's light, man. It's not going to work. And, you know, looking out the window does not make for great radio in any case. So, Dave, is there anyone else you should be introducing?
There's actually a man here who hates the fact that James hates video games.
Yeah.
One Mr. Christian Cawley. How's it going, Christian?
Hey.
Is that
He works for Make Use Of, like the rest of us. So
Is he selling anything?
He sold his soul to the devil.
News to me.
Oh, you're a Zeppelin
sorry,
fan,
I
so
didn't want to
we just put it all together.
Yeah. So there we go. That's all of us. Let's jump right into
that was
the
his
Make Use Of
introduction?
news.
That was pretty good. You know, it's
Are
not
you not
easy.
What
Don't
else
draw
does he do?
attention to
Doesn't he do other stuff?
It's not easy to introduce everyone, James.
Other
Leave the guy
stuff?
alone. You've never done it.
He comes up with stupid names for us all, but I didn't feel like doing that.
I was so excited. I thought I'd finally get a name from one of you guys. Oh, whatever. James, you're hosting next week.
Whatever.
So, hosted next week.
Christian, you are prolific. You write for everyone, it seems. At
Well,
least if there's something Android related.
Yeah, I write for Android magazine in the UK.
Yeah.
As a freelance contributor. That's from Imagine Publishing. I've done another couple of. I worked on a big Raspberry Pi guide, bigger than the Make Use Of Raspberry Pi guide. This was a behemoth. This was a big.
Why didn't you write the behemoth for us?
Well, it wasn't just me.
Oh, okay.
It was a bookazine. This is like building a pyramid. It's huge. There's
Oh,
a huge,
okay. And
huge army of
published.
slaves working for
Is it
Imagine
done?
Publishing.
Is it out now?
They're not slaves. Sorry, I just want to say
Oh.
they weren't slaves. Yeah, it is out now. Yeah.
Were they Jewish? Because that's all. No.
No, they weren't. They were neither Jewish nor Palestinian nor native Egyptian. They weren't slaves, so
Okay.
it's not an issue.
They weren't
Some of them
slaves.
might
Okay,
be,
not
but
an issue.
don't
Got
know.
it. Got it.
And so that was a Raspberry Pi one. There's also an Android guide, another big bookazine with Imagine again. This is only since February, and obviously I write with Make Use Of, and a couple of my own little projects as well. Yeah.
Cool.
So you're a busy man.
I can be quite busy as well. Yeah, and I've got two little ones as well, so they keep me busy in my spare time, which is nice.
Little
Takes up more time
cats,
than
little
anything else.
dogs.
Two children called Bruce and Erin Rose.
Humans. You have little humans in your. That's a weird pet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was you said Bruce and what was the other one's name?
Erin Rose.
I wish it was James because that would have been fun. You know that would have accused you of that not being a coincidence, but now I can't.
I know
do it, so.
Angela's husband is named Bruce, and I thought James was him when he first joined. So there's been confusion with his name before.
You thought James was Angela's husband?
Maybe. Well, I didn't know him at the
Bruce is a good
time.
name.
Of course
That's
not
pretty
now, Angela. I didn't mean to insult you. I didn't know James at the time.
Way to say she has really low standards,
That's
Justin.
really mean in retrospect. Yeah, I'm sorry, Angela. I apologize deeply. Yeah.
I don't apologize to James though.
No. Are you kidding?
Not even the slightest.
So just a hosting tip. This is usually when I say, well, let's move right along to the news.
That's what I was just going to say. I was going to say, all right, and then you jumped in like a jerk. So let's move on to the make use of news, which is news you can use. And then there should be some kind of jingle here. So Imgur, which is the popular image sharing thing used by Redditors around the world, is now on iPhone and iPad. So that's always good news.
I gotta say, I'm almost disappointed because a couple months ago they announced their desktop, their Android version, and they said we've no plans for an Apple version. And I'm like, haha, the trend is reversing. Android is taking over. You guys are screwed.
What would one do with this?
No, screw you, Justin. We're coming to iPhone and iPad because that's where the user base is.
Isn't this
I don't know about the
place
iPhone.
for Reddit?
You can scroll through the images much more quickly than you can on Reddit, and it's got a one-click upload from your camera, so you can use it kind of like an Instagram kind of thing, but have it go to a website that's actually cool.
Are we podcasting to cats?
The cats?
We could be.
No.
Because they're the only people who are interested in this, aren't they?
Well, they're the ones who get their pictures taken.
Yeah.
Look at the pictures.
No, the cats are the talent. They're not the primary audience.
Yeah, it's like the models don't look at the photos of other models. They just stand there and
how the hell do you know? How do you know?
Because I am one, Christian. Look at his face. Pause for a moment. All right.
Yeah, it really made it hard, the era of video.
Oh, I bet you it made it hard.
Pretend to be human. Yeah. That sucks, man. So, yeah, pretty cool. Not the biggest news. But, news. Good for you iPad and iPhone users. You've got an Imgur app now. I'm sure you're proud.
Not even the smallest news.
Yeah.
So, Justin, I would like you to tell us. We've heard about it every week. But you finally have a solution to your Justin Bieber and his pot smoking habits. Why don't you tell us about this?
So for those of you who don't know, I have a bit of a feud with Justin Bieber for smoking pot.
Which
and making
Justin
it impossible.
Bieber has no idea about this feud, by the way.
No, well, I
It's a one-sided feud.
I'm assuming he listens to Technophilia, and I'm assuming he's going to see this.
He spits
but
at you.
I'm really pissed at you for smoking pot, because now every time I search for myself, with or without quotation marks, it doesn't matter, you come up. There's images of you smoking pot. There's like news headlines. I don't know. There's news about you smoking pot every freaking week because I don't know. So I've been angry about myself, but now I found some consolation. It's the possibly least useful browser extension of all time. It's called Destroy the Web. What it does is it provides me with the necessary crosshairs, pumped up music, and destructive capability I need to therapeutically blast my fellow Canadian Justin from the search results. I put up a little video demonstration. You can find that on makeuseof.com right now, or you can go to the Technophilia Facebook page and you'll find it there. And it's basically just me shooting Justin Bieber's face a lot with pumped up music in the background. I think you might enjoy it.
I think the music really made it.
The music is what makes... There's been extensions similar to this, but they lacked the key music feature, which is really what makes this a killer app. I mean, it will revolutionize the way you angrily lash out at the internet. So what it does is, you can just shoot everything, and if you shoot as many things on the website as possible, in my case, Justin Bieber's stupid face, you get points for it. Yeah. So you can check that out.
But they come back again.
It doesn't permanently remove it from the internet. It's more of a psychological benefit than an actual thing. It would be chaos if anyone could remove anything from the web whenever they wanted.
Well, it's funny you say that. Can I actually suggest one that's really useful then? It's made by Google, and it's called Chrome Personal Block List.
Well, I don't want to put myself into a bubble and not know that Justin Bieber's dominating me, because how am I going to know when I'm famous enough to outshine the Biebs if I don't do that?
No, this lets you permanently delete sites like eHow and About.com from your search results, but more importantly, it sends a signal to the Google search team, which they have been rumored to listen to and possibly derank sites or manually review them.
Nice.
So if enough people do it, we could actually get Justin Bieber out of the search results.
Together, my fellow technophiliacs, we can remove Justin Bieber from the internet forever. Do it for your children.
Tells me more people are searching for Justin Bieber than we would get to remove Justin Bieber, though.
Well, and this is the thing I noted in the article. There's...
And then he'll be gone.
What's up?
Well, in 3 years' time, he'll be gone. So
You think
patience?
so? You think so? Yeah. That's what they said about
Justin
Timberlake.
That's
what they said about Justin Timberlake, and he's in every other movie now.
He'll be in jail in 6 months at this rate.
I don't know, man. He's an Ontario
kid. He's been getting up to.
He'll come around.
Well, I think that's enough for our weekly Bieber segment.
For more Justin Bieber updates, tune in to our Technophilia Bieber channel. Which is,
it's our sub.
It's our
podcast.
new.
We talk about his
new expansion. Yeah, I mean we're concerned about search engine results because no one's searching for us ever apparently. So that's kind of the solution. Yeah.
Sometimes I search for us. But
anyway. I am particularly proud that I found an extension this useless and managed to write 750 words, so you should click through and read this.
I thought about rejecting it on just principle alone, but...
Wait, does that come under gaming? Because you're shooting things? I guess
yeah, I put it under gaming because I figured Dave was the only editor who would publish it.
Yeah, Psychic was like, I don't really want anything to do with that. I was like, all right, I'll do it.
I'm not touching it. That's not going to be my fault.
So,
hey, Justin Bieber's joining us in the chat room. How's it going?
Go away, Justin Bieber.
Oh, no, I'm happy to have him here. He's a fellow Canadian, so I can't really dislike him.
I dislike him.
Not permanently. Okay, fine. Go ahead.
So, this week's episode of Technophilia Podcast is brought to you by Bitdefender Safe Pay. With it, you can stay connected on the go without putting your privacy at risk. Bitdefender Safe Pay is a free desktop app that features a secure, hacker-proof browser. It engages to keep all your online banking and e-shopping transactions secure so you don't get your shit stolen.
Yeah, you don't want your shit stolen.
That's not in the copy. I added that.
Yeah.
Could never have
Bitdefender does not condone the use of the word shit. How do we have sponsors?
Because they love us.
They love us. Okay, well, I want to thank Bitdefender for sponsoring us as long as they have. Seriously, if you haven't checked their stuff out, do it. It's worth it. I really... Ever since I worked IT, I would use the Bitdefender Live CD. Anyone who works IT knows that this thing is a godsend because it can remove viruses from outside the Windows environment, so any blocks that are set up don't matter. But their desktop scanner, top-notch. Look into it, guys.
I would have thought for sure that after listening to the first episode with them in it, they would have been like, screw these guys.
Wait, Justin Bieber is saying he hates hockey, and therefore, on behalf of all Canadians, I'm kicking him out of the fold. LA has him now, so screw you, Justin Bieber. I don't like you anymore.
Well, there you go. So let's move on to the technological news, or tech news for short. Comcast is working on helpful. There's some air quotes going on here for people listening.
Those are some high quality
copyright pop-ups. James or Justin, you added this story. What is the deal here?
I didn't do this.
Good research. No, I put this here. I found it on Slashdot. So right now there's the 3 strikes thing where you get emails letting you know when you downloaded something that was illegitimate. Comcast is working on technology that will not even email. It'll just pop up in your browser saying, "Hey, did you know that what you're doing is illegal? You should stop." This note from NBC Universal. No, so yeah, this is going to revolutionize the speed in which we decide to ignore these copyright notices.
Well, I thought it was going to load of add-ons, isn't it? That just block the notice.
What's up?
It's going to prompt a load of add-ons that block the notice, browser add-ons.
Oh yeah. I'm looking forward to those. Those are going to be great. I mean, Comcast is a company.
Notice, don't you want to know that they know so you can be more cautious? Like I wouldn't.
So then you can go find it on a site that they don't know.
I thought the point of this pop-up was that it was supposed to offer alternatives where you could actually legally buy it or download it or rent it or stream it or whatever.
Well, maybe that could be.
It doesn't say that.
That's what I read. But okay, you might have a different link to me.
Oh, maybe you read it somewhere else, James. Maybe.
But yeah, it's like you're downloading.
So Comcast
why not rent
is one of those companies no one wants to be working with. No one likes them. They're just a monopoly in a lot of areas. And there was a pretty great video I put up on the Technophilia Facebook page parodying companies like this, and I highly recommend you check it out. It's hilarious. So you can find that at facebook.com/Technophilia. It was pretty funny.
All right,
I'm sure your videos are better.
Most fun part of the show this week.
Yeah.
This is a regular segment.
I believe we talked about last week. Microsoft has to change the name of SkyDrive, or that might have been 2 weeks ago even, because Sky does not like it.
Yeah,
Sky,
the UK court
the UK broadcaster.
That it was indeed a trademark infringement, and in order to avoid hefty fines and whatnot.
Apparently they own the word Sky?
Well, if they own like Sky Movies, Sky One, Sky Whatamajig, then if you've got Sky Drive, you can see kind of where they're coming from.
No.
Well, there's been no other companies in the history of Earth named after the sky. It's just not something.
It's one word. It says Sky Drive. It's not Sky Dash Drive. It's not Sky Space Drive. It's Sky Drive.
Yeah. So ridiculous. But anyways, Microsoft has said that they're going to change the name, and we're a big fan of Microsoft's naming strategy here. Some classics as Windows MSN Messenger. They've just got a long history of naming things well. I mean, you look at the Xbox. They went from Xbox to Xbox 360 to Xbox One, and there's a lot of logic there. It makes sense. They're really masters. They've got this branding thing nailed. No wonder they're kicking Apple's ass in the smartphone department. But we need you in the chat room, and the rest of us here need to think of names to help Microsoft along in this process. Or maybe we'll patent them and then stop them from using them. Christian, you got any names for us?
Sky Metro Drive.
Sky Metro Drive.
You can't use Sky. That's the only bloody rule you've got, and you broke it.
they also can't use the word.
I was being ironic.
They can't use the word Metro anymore.
Yeah.
So,
that's right.
Because of a separate lawsuit.
What could they
Christian,
call it? What could they call it? Well, what? Just call it, Windows Cloud.
Windows Cloud? I bet you they will go with Windows Cloud.
That's just crazy enough to work, Christian.
Windows 8 cloud storage solution for consumers. It really rolls off the tongue.
Consumers and businesses.
Yeah, that shortens it nicely.
And nonprofits.
They would have an acronym.
I was going to say, there's probably some rude acronyms you can make from there, actually.
Maybe.
Mr. Weirdo suggests calling it the Technophilia Drive. Koshi says the Justin Drive.
What? Okay, I guess you can call it the Justin Drive if you want.
Is it named that way? You would still have an even.
Is it named after me or Justin Bieber though? Because I want this to be specific. I think Pod Drive is catchier.
The One Drive because of the Xbox One.
Ooh, yeah. Maybe they'll name all their products One. Yeah, the One Drive. One Drive to rule them all.
And then the next version of Windows will be Windows 1.
Probably will. Windows Phone 1.
Oh man. Anybody else got any more suggestions? I want more.
James, what have you got?
I'm all out. I was going to say. No, I've got a really original one. Something like Mega Drive.
Mega Drive. They'll follow it up with Genesis. It's gonna be.
That's already existed. The Sega Mega Drive.
What?
Yeah.
Well, if everyone's going to call it Mega Drive, it'd be Big Kim, wouldn't it? So.
Yeah, that's true. The Kim.com man, Mega Drive. How about I think they should just call it Windows Drive. To be honest, though, like serious name, just Windows Drive.
Thanks, Coke Truck.
Well,
how
it's a big party
get with
there, isn't it?
Refreshment.
I don't drink Coke. I got coffee, man.
Shut up.
Oh, that kind of Coke.
yeah, there's not cocaine trucks here. I am in the mountains, but it's not those mountains. Your geography outside of Europe seems a little sketchy.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry, I thought you said Colombia. Sorry.
Yeah. Colombia, Colorado, same. Yeah, we're told that Americans are bad at geography, but Europeans regularly reveal at least some ignorance when I talk to them. Yeah.
How about Hard Class Win suggests the floppy drive? A little bit of a
floppy
throwback.
Drive. And there you go, because it's flexible enough to do whatever you want. Yeah, that could work. That could work.
Yeah, I'm sure that was the slogan he was going for. For some reason, Koshi suggests Rain Cloud. Way to kill it, Koshi. You suck.
Rain Cloud. Oh, yeah. You ruined everything. You jerk. So, yeah, I mean, if you think these are bad, you should see the list of Xbox names that popped up on the internet a couple years ago. You can find that in a previous episode at makeuseof.tv. You can go through all our episodes.
Do you think when people suggest the retarded names that Microsoft comes up with, other people do the same thing we did, and we're like, that's stupid? Or do you think everyone in the room is like, yeah, man, that's a great idea. We should call it the Xbox One.
Microsoft, call everything One from now on. Hotmail One, Outlook One, Microsoft Office One. Just brand consistency, and you can number up from there, and they'll all have the same numbering versions. Then when you get to Windows 7 again, it'll get awkward, and then you'll switch to something else.
That'll be so far down the road, we'll all forget.
Yeah, sure.
We'll all be using open source.
So, in case you needed another reason not to use Androids,
speaking of open source,
remote microphone activation by FBI is now a feature offered in the phones. So maybe it's a reason to use it. I'm not sure. James, you hate Androids. What do you think?
Yeah, word is they can just turn on the microphone in Androids whenever the hell they like, and in laptops. But in laptops they need to. Well, they probably are. In laptops they need to like put in a USB drive or something and install some malware for you, which is helpful. Yeah.
Everybody loves malware.
Mm.
Now, are you sure this is not an iPhone thing too? What
no,
is it about
there's
Android?
a suspicious lack of mention of the Apple thingies. It's only Androids and laptops, but the thing I don't get is with all these revelations of the US like siphoning data off of undersea cables and listening into literally everything that's ever happened on the internet. Why aren't enough people talking about this? The only thing we seem to get on the news is about Snowden and his 80 days around the world journey, and we don't. No one's talking about shit. America's listening to every goddamn thing that ever happened.
Except Technophilia, no one's listening to that.
Please, NSA, tap our show. We really need the numbers for our advertising.
Yeah, seriously, FBI, jump on in. We don't mind. It's a good show. Quality.
Christian, what do you got? What do you got for us?
Well, it's all East Germany, isn't it? It's all Soviet Russia. That's what it is. That's where we live in now.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
I mean, I can see there is an argument for doing it, but I don't think it's a strong enough argument. And I think there's a lot of things that have gone on in the last few months and weeks, like people dying in strange car fireballs who have disagreed with the American government. I mean, that's a political killing to me.
I mean, more people die in car crashes.
Well, no, there's one particular guy.
Died in 9/11, right? Like,
there's one particular guy whose name completely escapes me, and I'm going to sound like I haven't done my research or anything here, but then I wasn't expecting to get this particular question, who was a journalist who was investigating some stuff to do with the American government, and I think it was related to the Bradley Manning case, and he died. He had a really swish car, so there's like a modern car, so there's a suggestion that his car was hacked, basically, and he died in a fireball. This is only in the last 2 months.
We can hack cars.
Yeah.
No, we did a story on that last week. You can
hack. Oh no! Oh, the GPS hacking.
Oh no, not just GPS. There's I think they actually had a what do you call it when you make someone shut up in the UK? There's a researcher who wasn't allowed to publish his research about how easy it is to hack into really expensive cars.
Oh, he had a gag order about the hacking into.
So there's that side of things. If they want to listen, I mean, if they listen to this, then fine. I mean, but people have been paid to listen to a bunch of guys now talking about them, but how's that helping national security? It's not.
It's a bit of a waste of time. No, most of this is about big data. It's about mining that data in order to spot patterns.
But are they spotting patterns or are they selling patterns?
Well, so here's the thing, right? Facebook is worth billions of dollars. And they don't sell you anything. You don't pay for it. Why they're worth billions of dollars is because lots of people use that in order to communicate with each other, and there's information in there that can help companies advertise to you properly. It's the big picture and the algorithms that they've designed in order to analyze the big picture that are worth money. What the NSA is doing is basically that, but they're using it to try to spot terrorist-type patterns. Of course, the question is whether that's too much information for any one mortal to have. Sure. Kind of the same thing with Facebook, though. This is the one thing I don't get. We're all willing to dump data onto for-profit corporations that aren't even elected by us. They just do whatever they want because that's their job. But if the government starts snooping on our stuff, well, holy crap, that's a problem. I mean, maybe you should be thinking about what Google and Facebook are doing with that data, too.
But what is terrorism?
Just a theory. What is terrorism?
What is terrorism?
Terrorism is when someone we don't like uses fear in order to intimidate people.
Which could, for some people, include a government.
Yeah.
No, the government
totally.
Governments can completely redefine terrorism as they see fit. So all this stuff that's going on, they can decide that someone's a terrorist because they've, I don't know, bought something from a florist that happens to stock a particular chemical, if they wanted to.
Well, and this is why it's important for us to pay attention to due process. It's why it's important for us to pay attention to the political process. And I think a lot of what's going on right now is people who haven't been paying attention just freak out because something that they don't like is what they're hearing, and that's cool. This is a moment for you to get involved more in the process. This is an opportunity for you, to look into this, educate yourself, inform yourself, and let your government know that you demand better. I mean, as bad as things are in America right now, I'd still rather live here than China. I'd still rather live here than North Korea. We have institutions in place that allow us to fight this thing, and Congress came very close to defunding the whole NSA project, and I think you're going to see more democratic pushback against this. Of course, democracy doesn't run quickly in a nation of 300 million people because there's a lot of voices there, but I mean, to say that this is the worst America's ever been would be ridiculous because we literally locked up every Japanese person in California during World War II. I mean, we're not anywhere near that level of evil yet. So we've been worse before. We'll be worse in the future. But usually there's an ebb and flow to this, and it'll bounce back the other way.
So I don't know if you guys knew this, but we are actually a technology show.
No, we're not a political show.
So let's move on to another story totally related to technology. Apparently, the Queen had a speech ready to give for World War III in the 80s when there was threat of nuclear war, because that's completely technology related. She was going to tell the Britons to pray and remain unified and resolute in the event of the madness of nuclear war.
I was hoping we have 2 Brits here.
Yeah.
I'm a Commonwealth subject, so I need to be calmed. I would like it if one of you would read the speech. It's like halfway down the article there.
You want them to read the whole speech?
Just start reading it as dramatically as possible. It would comfort me.
I found it rather boring, to be honest. You read it. Okay.
You want me to read it?
You read it. You've got the more British accent.
With the
I've got the more British accent.
Apparently,
I would say he's got the least royal accent.
I'm from the north. I'm not sure if that's entirely accurate.
Accent is
that's
way
one form
better
of British,
James,
I guess.
You're really more Beatles than royal. Yeah.
Right. Well, I'll just load it up. Okay, so it's down the page. Am I looking on the right page?
You don't have to read the whole thing.
Oh, okay. So she says, "Do I need to do the voice?" I'm not doing the voice.
Yeah,
you need the gravitas of a royal figure.
The fucking regal. Could not have seemed more remote as my family and I shared our Christmas joy with the growing family of the Commonwealth.
I'm not doing that anymore. She goes on. Now, this madness of war is once more spreading through the world, and our brave country must again prepare itself to survive against great odds. I have never forgotten the sorrow and the pride as I felt as my sister and I huddled around the nursery wireless set, listening to my father's inspiring words on that fateful day in 1939, which was the start of World War II.
We need the voice again.
Yes.
Not for a single moment did I imagine that this solemn and awful duty would one day fall to me. But whatever terrors lie in wait for us all, the qualities that have helped to keep our freedom intact twice already this sad century will once more be our strength.
I think that's good.
Yeah. I mean, obviously she was going to be broadcasting that from the comfort of her bunker while the rest of us burned.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we would have been comforted to hear it, though. I mean, do you think they should build bunkers for everyone? Are you a socialist? I don't understand. Kill Christian with fire, I'm reading in the comments, so people don't like it. You asked why this is a technology story, Dave, and I was thinking about this. It's easy for us to think of history as linear, as always going up, up. And for the past 100 years, you'd be right. Things more or less always got better. But as recently as the 1980s, that wasn't a sure thing. There could have been like one person mispressing a button in Russia would have sent us back to the Dark Ages, basically. So the fact that I can sit here and talk to 2 people from England, one person in Connecticut, from the comfort of a hotel room in the Rocky Mountains, this isn't an inevitable thing. This almost didn't happen. The technology we have is amazing, but it almost went away because of other technology. So that was kind of my tie-in.
Well, can I ask James a question while we're here? James, how old are you?
How old am I? Oh, shit.
31? 31. 31. Okay, so you won't remember this. Now, I'm 37. I'm 38 later this year. Now, in my first or second year at primary school, we did a drill.
You guys did the drills?
We did the drills, yeah.
You had to go under your desk? Or
we were led from a hall where we would do our morning assembly, and we would do the drill. I think we did it every 3 months for the first 2 years.
Whoa.
School, yeah.
We had
So
like
that
a
was-
fire drill once a year. We didn't have anything
Yeah,
more
no,
than that.
this was go to the cloakroom, grab your coat and bag, and then sit under the desk basically until the bell stops ringing. Yeah.
So the fans want you to do the show more, do the voice throughout the rest of the show. I'm not going to hold you to that, but they might like it.
Well, we'll see. We'll see, won't we?
Just randomly bust it out, like in the middle of time about a story, just turn into the.
You know what? I think this next story might be a great opportunity to pull the Queen's voice out.
Well, I'm not going to do it. It's going to work. It's just gonna come
I'm
when
not
it
sure I
comes.
see the connection. Maybe you will when I tell you what the story is. Zynga, the company beloved for its With Friends games and bullshit Facebook games, is suing another beloved company, the makers of Bang with Friends, an application designed to help you find friends to bang.
Yeah.
So
Seriously?
apparently Zynga owns With
Oh,
Friends.
you haven't heard of Bang with Friends before, Christian? Maybe we should fill this in. So you go through your Facebook friend list. You go through your Facebook's friend list and you check all the people who you'd be willing to bang.
Right.
And then the idea is eventually they will go through it, and if there's a connection, and only if there's a connection, you'll get a mutual thing saying, "Hey, it's time to bang."
We're actually talking conjunction here, are we? Of two adult.
It only
Yes.
no one can go through and see who you want to bang. It's anonymous.
Although there was that thing that happened where when
there was a security breach where you could see who had the plugin. installed.
Yeah, you could see
There
who
was that.
had, like, there was some
Yeah,
kind of security thing where you could see everybody that everybody checked, so you could know. But
Now the problem here is
I assume
only
they
men
fixed that.
use it, but whatever.
I haven't heard about this Bang with Friends thing in a while. I thought it like kind of just faded away, but I guess
don't think they have a revenue stream or anything, but they're being sued, so they're probably going to be gone soon.
Yeah,
so
I mean, getting sued by Zynga is probably not good. You know, now that Don Matrick is in charge over there, the former head of Xbox, you know, he's got to do some
he's
stuff.
serious. He's like, shit, we got to find any way to make revenue. I know, let's sue everyone who uses the With Friends thing. I mean, I was just at Microsoft and it worked for Sky.
I mean, yeah, if Microsoft
just buy
if
it and
pays
gamify it.
Sky, then I guess you can own With
I like
Friends.
Christian's idea. Say that again, man.
Couldn't they just buy it and gamify it?
I mean,
As
What they
sure.
do.
Bang with friends.
they would probably turn it into, like, instead of
It's gonna
Bang,
become slightly less discreet. It's just gonna in the timeline like James is banging his neighbor. His wife's gonna be like, wait, what? Yeah. But
I
Zynga's
need
just
help.
gonna spread it.
James needs help.
Yeah,
bang.
James needs help. Go and go.
Yeah, James
I'd like
needs
to
help
join
banging
him.
his neighbor. Join him on Bang with Friends and convince his neighbor that she should bang him. Yeah. I don't
Sorry,
know.
James, you're out of energy points. You can't bang anyone today.
Oh, I can't believe they didn't come up with this
Oh
themselves.
my goodness. This is why we haven't had any female guests yet.
They could have made this thing a hit.
Anyway,
They
so,
really, Zynga should
do
have just
you think
bought him
that
out.
Zynga will actually win this suit against the
I don't
Bang with
think
Friends
the
people?
guys who run Bang with Friends have any money, so I think it's irrelevant. They're not monetizing the thing, so far as I know.
Well,
Yeah.
they probably just changed it
They're
to.
going to end up with it, aren't they? That's the only thing that they've got. If they've got no money, then they've got to have the property. So.
There's a bunch
So
of
then-
copycats called something Pals, isn't there? They could call it Bang Pals.
Or you could bang your friends. I mean, that would work just as well, and that would avoid the copyright.
No, that's not a thing.
Anyways, if you've got suggestions for what Bang with Friends could be renamed, let us know. I find this whole thing kind of icky, but if you want to bang your friends and you're too shy to say it, I guess you could check it out. Back in my day, we just told people. No.
So, everybody likes Google, right?
Yeah.
You like Google?
I'm not worried.
So, apparently they're flip-flopping on their stance on net neutrality now that they are in the broadband game themselves. Christian, what do you know about this?
And pretty much what you just told me.
All right.
Hey,
Justin,
I'm being
what
honest.
do you know about this?
Well, I know that pretty much since Google's formation, they've been one of the foremost defenders of net neutrality as a concept. The concept being that you shouldn't be able to prioritize certain bandwidth over other bandwidth. We talked about this in the context of Comcast. They've got bandwidth limits, but if you stream video from one of their services, that doesn't apply to the bandwidth limit. That's a pretty clear-cut violation of net neutrality. You're giving priority to your own content, which just so happens to be from NBC Universal, which you so happen to own, over the content other people's offer, say Fox or ABC. Google has always seen it in their best interest to ensure that everyone has an equal stake, because Google itself doesn't prioritize some traffic over others. I mean, if you're the best result for a given search term, in theory they'll show you that first. Though, of course, with Google Hangouts, they've kind of backflipped on this already. They've given Google Plus all kinds of priority over Facebook, over Twitter. It integrates with everything, especially search results, in a way other things don't. So they've kind of been backpedaling on this idea that the internet should be equal for a while. No, this just means big companies aren't going to fight our battles with us. If net neutrality is something we care about, we got to depend on the Electronic Frontier Foundation and organizations like that, not companies like Google.
But wait. Sorry, this isn't even about net neutrality. Net neutrality was a fight to make sure that you don't have, like, say, have to pay for extra to get Netflix over the competitors. This is all they've done is they said you can't run a server and you can't share your internet connection. That's hardly unreasonable for an ISP to say.
No, that's true. So Google offers extremely fast internet, probably faster internet than most servers offer, right? And did they say it's unlimited?
You could divvy it up and sell it to all your neighbors, and all they're trying to say is, look, no, you can't do that. That's not cool.
Yeah. So I guess it is it's a little different than that. They're trying to, but I guess it's a matter of whether you think of it as a net neutrality issue or whether you think of it as an ISP terms of service issue. But the fact is, they're offering amazingly fast internet. People are going to try to host websites on it because I don't think most web hosts have connections that fast. To be honest,
it would be faster than most shared hosts, obviously.
Yeah, it really would, and you could just have the server in your house. So I guess I kind of missed the point here. I'm on vacation. I didn't read this. I just put it in the outline.
Well, the thing is, they're selling internet access. They're not selling upload bandwidth. That's how I see it.
So I thought part of the issue was they were going to give priority access to YouTube. Is that not the case?
I didn't think they're doing it. That would be clear violation. Yeah, no, they're not going to do that. I don't think so.
Ooh, okay.
Next story.
Ignore me. I'm wrong about everything.
Justin usually is wrong about everything. It's a staple of the show, though. It's why we keep him around. So I honestly have no idea what the hell this is all about.
Okay, so
Hacker Madness.
I'd introduced this. I don't know how many of you are aware of the classic propaganda film from the 1920s called Reefer Madness. Have you heard of this?
I've heard of it. I've never seen
it. You should look it up on Google. It's all about marijuana and how evil it is and how people who smoke it instantly get into their cars and crash into walls or try to molest women just instantly, because that's what weed does. It makes you very aggressive, it makes you very angry, and it makes you just crazy. It's a classic among pot smokers because it's the exact opposite of what weed does. You're not going to drive your car and smash into a wall. You're going to look in the fridge for a sandwich.
It does make you crash cars, sorry.
Yeah, but
confirm this.
It makes them crash cars because they get
hold on. I feel a story.
Angry. Yeah, maybe there's a bit hidden story there. Anyways,
stories.
So you can't hint to it and then not do anything.
I know, what a letdown.
So Reefer Madness, it's a classic bit of propaganda. You should look it up. It's kind of hilarious. Hacker Madness is a similar kind of tactic, people are arguing, that's happening in courtrooms all around America right now. You have judges and juries who don't understand how computers work, and prosecutors who, knowing this, use as much technical jargon as they possibly can in their prosecution presentation in order to scare the judge, in order to scare the jury into thinking something's much worse than it sounds. There was one prominent example where someone said, he uses an operating system that's just white text on a black backdrop. And people, a hacker operating system called Linux. And they're just using tactics like this to trick technically ignorant people into thinking that something's way worse than it is. There was an XKCD article, or an XKCD cartoon, sorry, that said how you see this story is different depending on your level of technical expertise. So if you're not technically inclined, you'll see it. Anonymous hacked the FBI's website. Anonymous hacked the FBI's website today. taking it off the internet for 2 days. And then a technically inclined person would say, Anonymous ripped down a poster hung up by the FBI, and it took the FBI an hour to put it back up again. Like, that's the difference between how you would perceive denial of service attack, depending on how technically inclined you are, right? The first one, you're thinking, holy crap, they got into the FBI's computers, and they were grabbing all the files, and they were probably reading about my indiscretions as a child and all that stuff. But really, they were just taking down a website that was not really doing much anyways, you know? So we're going to see this come up more and more again. We have to do more to educate people to understand how technology works. We need to do, as a society, more to ensure that judges are properly informed, ensure that there are experts available for cases where people like Snowden are being tried, because otherwise they're going to be vulnerable to this tactic. Is that enough for you, Dave?
Yes.
Okay.
I feel that I'm sufficiently knowledgeable on Hacker Madness.
Christian,
are you sufficiently knowledgeable on Hacker Madness yet?
Well, I haven't heard the term before, but it's pretty much the same as what's happening, which I don't know if you've mentioned this previously. This is the nonsense that's happening in the UK, where the government wants to ban porn from coming through ISPs.
Yeah, we've discussed that plenty. James loves that.
It's the same thing, isn't it? It's the same. The government are using the same tactic as these prosecutors.
Yeah, just assuming everyone's technically ignorant enough to not know what that would actually mean.
Yeah, which is bad coming from government, because governments have really bad records with IT programs. And you know they've already got bad reputation in this whole area. So this, I mean, like the magazines. I'm a regular reader of Web User and PC Advisor and Computer Active, and they're all just up in arms by it. Unfortunately, I imagine the people that I've worked with in offices have the same kind of thing going on.
I mean, this isn't unique to IT by any means. If you're an economist, I'm sure you're regularly pissed off at the way people skew economic theory in order to justify policies. If you're a physicist, you're probably pissed off at how they, like whatever your field of expertise is, you're going to see stuff like this happen. So it's just a matter, as with any other field, it's a matter of ensuring that government has the information they need in order to make the correct decisions, and exposing fear tactics when they come up.
Well, speaking of highly dangerous hacker exploits,
this is my favorite story of the week right here. So Japanese bathroom goers be remotely assaulted by their bidet. So this toilet uses Bluetooth, and you can control it from your phone, but they all use the same 000 pin. So anyone in range could use the app, connect to the toilet, and then start like.
Wait, why are they all using the same pin? Why bother having pins at all?
Oh man, that's so awesome! If I had app and I was around with those toilets, I would be trolling it all the time.
What can you do?
Well, basically, you can squirt people in the bum or check on their poo records.
Wait, people have poo records?
Yeah, this toilet is really clever. It keeps poo records for you.
Damn it, Japan! Why?
This is actually an American brand.
What?
Or maybe it's an import. I don't know. But
American selling.
I think it's a non-English thing, isn't it? I mean, there's places on the continent which have a strange attitude to toilets. In Europe, they have, they don't have.
Well, they're like their bidets, but
they have but they also necessary? Have. There's certain, say France. France has had a long and shameful history of providing decent toilets.
Yeah. Long and shameful.
Yeah, but they have. Austria, for instance. I mean, I got into trouble from my wife. She wasn't my wife at the time. We went to Austria about 10 years ago, under the auspices of going to the Oktoberfest in Munich. And the hotel we were in Austria had odd toilets. They weren't your normal British toilets. I've never been to Canada or the USA, but I imagine your toilets just go straight down. These had a little ledge, because the Europeans like to be aware of
I've experienced the ledge
what
toilets.
they're passing.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
You have to brush it all off after. I didn't understand.
The flush brushes it all off, but it means you can.
Maybe it flushes off a European job, but it did not flow off my Canadian one.
Sure, right. Well, I think the idea is that you can just remind yourself of what you had the day before. I don't know.
Wow, we are really covering our bases. We got conspiracy theories in the mix. We got our toilet talk. Christian, you are really shaking things up here. I'm enjoying it. Yeah. Any other toilet talk we want to get into?
I don't think we do we?
For more toilet news, listen to Technophilia Toilets.
I want to know if any of you have tried one of these
toilets, though. They're pretty cool.
The fanciest toilet I've tried is just a regular good old Canadian toilet.
I went out to Japan terrified of these things, thinking they would like pop up and start poking me in random places. And by the end of about a year there, I was seeking these things out. I was really awesome.
Disappointed in the Tokyo airport. That's the closest I've been. That the toilets were just normal. I was really bummed. I thought it would talk to me or something. Yeah.
Go find the disabled toilet. That one's guaranteed always to have the pokey thing. Yeah, seek it out.
Seek it out for sure.
Anywho,
I'm desperate to change the topic here, but I
don't want to talk about poop anymore.
Yeah, got it.
No.
So let's talk about the government.
Hey!
So the government does, in fact, read your emails without.
Which government are we talking about?
All of them.
The United States specifically.
Okay.
So obviously they're, Edward Snowden was saying they did, and of course they all denied it, but turns out there's some new proof that has come out that is pretty much saying.
So this is only a little worse than what we thought, because we thought that they'd have to get a warrant from a secret court that has no public records. Now apparently they're not even bothering with the secret court, so that's fun.
Oh, this is about this piece of software called the X key score, right? Which you basically type in an email address and you get absolutely everything the network knows about you ever.
Yeah, it looks like they even have an actual screenshot of it. It's literally just a simple 5-form thing. How long ago do you want it? What's the email address? What's the name? Boom.
There's no justification for this or like security checks. It's just as you would a little internal database. Type in the stuff, you get everything.
Yeah. So we knew it was that they could do it, or we assumed they could, but now we really know without a shadow of a doubt that they can read your emails. So be careful what you send. Or don't. Let him read it. Who cares?
Mr. Weirdo is asking for more toilet talk. I'm going to promptly ignore him. I shouldn't have even mentioned him.
I know. Why you didn't ignore? You by definition didn't ignore him.
I just mentioned him to our dozens of listeners.
What he said. That's not ignoring.
Shame.
I'm just saying there's some fan demand for toilet talk out there, so we don't feel like we need to ban it. Yeah.
Title, Poop Talk Conspiracy.
Yeah, just
good,
load it up and then the
toilet.
You'll know what you're looking at.
What? Open this link here?
What link are we opening?
What? The TechCrunch article?
This is Riveting Radio.
Yeah. Well, I don't understand what Christian just said.
Sorry, I didn't realize you were talking to me. No, I just said go Google it, and then the NSA will know.
I just every morning Google how to make a bomb, how to join the FBI.
How to what? Join the FBI?
How to make a bomb, how to join the FBI. And then I look up some Islamic extremist websites, and I'm just waiting.
As you do.
See what happens, See if they're good at what they do. I keep reading that they're doing this stuff, but are they good at it? That's my question. But then the rest of my searches are just specific tech terms, site:/makeuseof.com, because I'm looking for articles to link to. So it probably is watering it down.
So Apple, you like Apple, James? Yeah. It turns out they're going to be facing a 5-year ban for that ebook price rigging conspiracy that's been going on for how long has that been going on?
A 5-year ban from what?
From making ebook deals.
So yeah, this is what I don't get. They're not banned from selling ebooks. They're being banned from entering into anti-competitive contracts, which is kind of what they were called up upon for doing.
Yeah, the whole ban doesn't make any sense to
we
me.
found you out. Don't do it again.
In Breaking Bad, they've got that.
Shouldn't they be banned from those anyway? Shouldn't that be implied? You can't do that anymore.
Exactly.
It's like from Breaking Bad, that chicken chain, Los Polos Humanos, which sells crystal meth on the side. The government's saying, okay, you guys are banned from selling crystal meth from now on, but you can keep selling chicken.
But it's not even from now on. It's for 5 years. So after 5 years, Apple can go ahead and make all the
I think they just can't
deals they want, I guess.
They just can't enter into negotiations with the publishing industry, I think is what it means. They can publish stuff at cost or whatever, but it's going to be up to Amazon. I mean, Amazon has been working really hard to completely devalue the cost of books at all. I know The Fault of Our Stars, the bestseller by John Green, was being sold for $5 on Amazon because another site, what was it called? Another site is trying to outprice Amazon, so they're just losing money. They're not making a profit on this. They're buying the book for $15 and selling it for $5 just to try to overstock. Overstock.com's doing it. It's not illegal because why would the publishers care? More people are buying their books and they're getting the money.
How is that not anti-competitive to sell something at a loss?
You
Actually,
tell
that's
me.
crap. Shops do it all the time. What am I talking about?
Yeah. Supermarkets are doing it with books as well, aren't they? I don't know what supermarkets are like in the USA, but you've got a supermarket here in the UK, and it's like you've walked into Waterstones.
Yeah.
Shelves and shelves and shelves of books. Now, I personally had a stand against this until about 3 weeks ago, maybe a little more, when I discovered that I discovered a copy of Icebreaker, which is a James Bond book by a guy called John Gardner, who was writing Bond books in the 80s, officially. A very good book. I remember reading it at the library. So I bought it, and then I realised, oh, hang on, it's 3 for the price of 2. So I went and bought another 2.
Yeah.
And, I've got like three books for like £6 or something ridiculous.
Yeah, because they're selling them at a loss.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you're going to crack down on Apple, then we need to be cracking down on Tesco's and Walmart.
Well, Apple was doing the opposite of this. Apple was trying to tell all the publishers, hey, here's the price I'm going to charge. Don't compete with each other. Just let's try to make it so people come to Apple to buy books, because Amazon's just going to keep lowering the prices. And among people in the publishing industry, there's a consensus that Amazon does not care about books, that they are using books to get people to buy stuff from their site, but if the publishing industry were to disappear tomorrow, they'd be fine with that. So they don't care if they lower the public's collective tolerance for paying for books down to $5. You already see it. You see books being charged for $10 on a service like Kobo, which competes with Amazon in the ebook market, and people are like, $10 for a book? That's ridiculous. But if you go to the bookstore and buy the hard copy, it's $20. So Amazon has successfully reduced society's expectations, along with the grocery stores like that, about what books should cost. The publishers were working with Apple to try to offset that, to try to get people to perceive books as being worth something again. So,
wait, is this bad for us as consumers, that books are going to be cheaper? That's not bad.
It's not bad for us as consumers until no one bothers writing a book that takes effort.
Because it's not going to make any money.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I mean, I made a book that I wrote a few years ago. I just got that made $100 earlier today, so I just received a check for that. Yeah, it's not bad.
Wait,
is that in 3 years?
What's it called?
It's called Ultimate Regeneration, and it's a Kindle book. It's on Kindle. It's also available in print, but this particular copy was on this particular.
I don't understand what's happening in the chat room, guys. Come on.
Yeah, I know, it's weird, isn't it?
You guys are just.
But there's this thing about Apple and the price fix and all this sort of thing. Is this? I saw something about Obama had got involved with something to do with Apple and some decision. Is this the same decision?
Oh, no. That was a case where Samsung had sued Apple for copyright infringement or something, and it had ruled in Samsung's favor, and they were basically going to ban they were going to ban Apple products in the US completely. Mm-hmm. And Obama stepped in and said, "The fuck you are," and blocked the whole damn thing.
That's not his job, is it?
Well, no. So to be clear, under the American Constitution, the Congress passes laws, the court decides on laws, and the administrative branch of the government enforces laws. So they can do that. They're just not going to enforce the ruling.
As an Apple shareholder, it makes me happy.
It's not his job, though. It's not his job to, I mean, this is a single case, isn't it?
Well, Apple's one of the biggest companies in America, so of course he's going to step in and tell some Korean skank to just sod off, basically.
The administration enforces the laws, so if they don't like the law, they can simply not enforce it. Yeah. And if there's no big pushback from the courts, if there's no big pushbacks from the Congress, that's just what happens. So yeah, it is his job. He's within his power to do so, provided no one makes a big uproar. And Congress right now isn't going exactly to say, hey, this American company everyone adores, is universally loved, and creates a lot of jobs. We should ban them from importing stuff. Like, there's just not going to be a lot of pushback on that. So, yeah.
We just don't understand this American nonsense, to be honest, Christian.
So, no.
Well, yeah, you just got your parliament that does whatever it wants, right? That's what I'm used to, too.
No, then there's a bunch of old guys who check on them as well. They're mostly
the Senate,
priests.
We've got that in Canada as well.
Old guys and token women.
Are your guys elected,
token
or are they
class women who?
Are your senators elected, or are they just nominated, like in Canada?
They're just friends of the government.
They're just friends of the government. Okay.
Buy it as well, can't they? No.
Hey?
I think under the British Constitution, the church gets a certain number of representatives in the Senate too.
Yeah, we're trying to get rid of that shit.
Hey James.
Have fun with that.
Hey James, what? That was me. He said my name. What?
Do you like Facebook?
No. Not really.
Hey, Justin, do you like Facebook?
I tolerate Facebook.
Do you like videos?
Only if they're shorter than 15 seconds.
Well, how would you like videos of 15 seconds in your Facebook newsfeed auto-playing without your permission?
Yes, please.
That sounds like it's going to discourage people from using Facebook. So
I think
I'm all
it
for
sounds like a dream come true.
Yeah.
Well, it's got wider ramifications than Facebook, hasn't it? Because
maybe I should tell people actually what's happening.
Yeah, go for it.
So, unnamed sources told Bloomberg that Facebook is going to let people buy their way into news feeds with a 15-second video that will cost $1 to $2.5 million per day, and then Facebook members will not see a video more than 3 times in a given day for the same video. But I assume that means...
Well, that's considerate.
I assume that doesn't mean they won't see a video ad 3 times, more than 3 times. It just means they won't see that particular video more than 3 times.
I love that they are borrowing advertising tactics from spam sites. I'm hoping to see such other innovations as like the fake download button applied to the Facebook feed, right? Maybe a fake like Justin Bieber wants to be your friend. Click here to accept, and then when you click through, you get Viagra automatically shipped to your door, and you can
a little girl who pops up in the corner and says she wants to bang you.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to seeing them implement other innovations from the world of spam.
Yeah. So
That's
this
awesome.
sounds shitty, and I don't think it will actually happen, just because this is obviously going to, people get pissed off just with a little text
if they
ad
implement
in their
it
newsfeed.
temporarily, they'll see how quickly people close the Facebook tab when the ads come up, and they'll reverse course pretty quickly.
You honestly think people will?
Isn't it? It's going to kill people's pages, websites pages like ours, and then that's going to close down people leaving the pages to go to the main website. It's got disaster written all over it.
Facebook doesn't care about the pages; they care about how much time people spend on the site. That's their.
And that is a lot of money that they would make, though. $1 million to $2.5 million per day for each one of these video ads.
Yeah, and they got shareholders now. They gotta make it rain.
I think they have a lot of people trying to do this at the point where it will not piss people off, or they'll have loads of tests going on at the same time that get it in just the sweet spot where they don't piss enough people off, and it just stays forever.
They've got enough users that they can test stuff. Like when you've got 1 billion users, you can test it on 100,000.
And Koshi says, I need a plugin to block that. So there you go. That will be blocked immediately.
Yeah, there'll be plugins. But don't worry. As with all advertising news, it does tech-savvy people because we'll block it. Now, it's going to affect your grandma. I mean, Kathy's mom was just asking me, I'm starting to get all this crappy stuff in my Facebook feed. How do I get rid of it? And it's the ads, right? And you can't, basically, is my response. So that's who it's going to affect, someone like that.
So this next article is very long. So I don't know who put it on here, but I'm going to introduce it, and then I'm going to hand it over to you, because this was long as hell. Ask FM is in trouble in the U.S. and U.K. for enabling internet bullying.
Can I start with a question?
I added this.
What is Ask FM? I've never even.
I don't know. I was wondering the same thing.
So yeah, it's a question and answer site where you can either log in with Facebook or Twitter, or you can do it anonymously, and it's kind of absolute pointless crap. It's like Yahoo Answers, and you can just post a question and get a bunch of answers, and apparently people were using this to bully other people. Like, you would go there and ask, hey, what do you think of my face? And they'd be like, oh, you ugly, you kill yourself. And unfortunately, some little girl in the UK did kill herself.
Well, this is completely unique to Ask FM. There's no other sites on the internet.
That's why I added it on there. For some reason, Ask FM is in the news for this, and it seems like this is what every website in the world offers. Why is Ask FM in particular being singled out? And I couldn't work out why.
Because parents can't figure out what 4chan is. No, seriously, that's it.
I've never heard of Ask FM, so this is probably the most notoriety they've ever gotten.
Yeah,
I admit I didn't read the one about the US, but it's getting in trouble in the US as well, because
a site. Make use of Answers or Yahoo Answers or any of those sites was Fluther. I should get into this again. It was fun because it was you would tell it what things you know about, and it would just pop up in instant messaging when there was a question relevant to you, and you could type the answer right there. So if you asked a question on it, you would get a response from someone knowledgeable really quickly. I liked that one a lot. I didn't bully anyone with it, though. So maybe, I don't know how good it is for online bullying. I think it probably wouldn't work that well because it seemed extremely well moderated when I used it.
And Justin is an expert in bullying.
Yeah. I'm thankful for my bullies, man, because now I look back, I see that they are back where I grew up. I see that they are plowing fields or bagging groceries, and I feel, yeah, you made fun of me, and look where you ended up. Yeah, no, I'm very
bagging
happy
groceries or begging?
Begging.
Begging.
Begging, bogging. Do you say bogging? You bog groceries?
Bagging?
Begging.
Bagging?
As in putting them in a bag?
Or begging?
Yeah, begging groceries.
Okay, bagging. Okay.
For more accent confusion, tune into the Accent Confusion channel on Mickey's. Technophilia. Technophilia accent. We could probably, if you're listening, Trout Stamos or whatever, your Mushroom Jesus, whatever. If you could do a remix just of us making fun of each other's accents, it'd probably be your best song ever. Just saying. You go through any random episode to find that.
What is that accent anyway, James? My
accent?
Yeah.
My accent is kind of butchered after having spent 8 years in Japan with a bunch of bloody Americans.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be London.
Yeah. Okay.
When
you said butchered, then I thought you were going to say butch.
It's not even comparable.
No. It was butchered. Butchered by Americans, you bastards.
Okay.
They made me say elevator and things like that.
I still say advertisement.
Not on at all.
It's not on, right?
No.
I still love the way you say aluminum. That's my favorite.
That's never going to change because we can.
I thought you were talking about a fictional metal for like 3 episodes until I figured out. Oh, he means aluminum. You just kept saying aluminium.
Wolverine.
I thought he was talking about
exoskeleton.
Yeah, Wolverine.
Aluminium.
You can look back in the archives. I had no idea what he was talking about.
All right, stop it.
Anyways, accent.
Focus. Yeah. Get back on task, gentlemen.
It sucks when you're trying to host, doesn't it?
Because it's time for the gaming news, which I only have one story this week because not a lot happened in video gaming this week, and I'm probably the only one here who's going to care about this story, but I don't give a shit because I'm going to talk about it anyway.
Yeah.
So it turns out that the Sony online entertainment people are not giving up on MMOs, and they have announced EverQuest Next, which looks like it might be the best game ever made.
What's it called?
So EverQuest.
Why don't they just call it EverQuest 1? EverQuest Next? What?
EverQuest 1.
Also, they had an Oculus Rift in the video that announced it, so there's a good chance it's going to be supported.
Now,
an MMO one fan who cares about the Oculus Rift.
The Oculus Rift that I can get behind. Yeah. But basically, it sounds like this game is like fundamentally shifting everything that people think makes an MMO, and it just sounds.
Wait, so you actually get to press buttons in order to do things?
Star Wars did that, didn't it? That was supposed to change everything that made an MMO, and it didn't.
It didn't do it very
well. Just a programming note to caution you: if you correct someone's pronunciation using text, you have to use a pronunciation notes.
And also, Dave Parak cares about EverQuest Next. He said.
Oh, there you go. EverQuest was infamous in the late 90s for the sheer number of people who stopped eating because they kept playing. It was called EverCrack, I believe.
Is this unrelated to Skyrim?
I'm confused. Came along, it was #1, and then WoW just came along and crushed it. So WoW is so old now, though, that it might just be time. And if there's any brand that could do it, I would say it's Sony Online Entertainment, just because.
I mean, how old is WoW? It was released, 2005?
This old.
I think it's 10 years old or so.
It would be riding bikes without training wheels by now if it were a person.
They're still releasing expansions for WoW. I played up to the highest level in the most recent one, the Mists of Pandaria. It was good, but
I just think about how much money they've made off that little game, though. Because everyone who plays it, they're not buying it once for $70. They're paying $20 a month for a subscription? I don't even know. What is it?
15.
15. Okay, so there's millions of people using it, all paying $15 a month. That's a nice racket. I mean, that's a lot better than most
Not to mention like $40 or $50 every other year when a new expansion comes out.
Because you have to buy the expansion.
And you'll have the people that have forgotten to pay or have gone on holiday and paid.
They just keep.
I did that for 1 year once with WoW.
Apparently he was arguing about the spelling of aluminum. So, sorry, I didn't know.
Shut up.
Sorry, Kashi. Kashi and Dave have their own show on. One of these weeks we should just have
If you like
Kashi
MMOs at all, you should probably keep your eye on this one because it sounds like it's going to be something special. But of course, it could be a piece of shit because who knows? It's not out yet.
It's really hard to design. It's really hard to design an MMO. Like you have to get so many things right. You have to make things balanced to an extent that a game like Skyrim you don't even have to think about because people are going to try to game it to defeat each other, not just the game itself, right? So.
I bought Skyrim on PC the other day, $15 on Steam.
Is it any good?
Yeah. I found out you can actually take your Xbox save, copy it to a thumb drive, and convert it to a save that Steam can read and keep all of your player stuff.
That's a pretty good feature.
Excellent.
Wow.
Yeah. I bought it because it's one of the games that you can do the remote stream with the NVIDIA Shield. But then I found out that you have to have an NVIDIA GTX graphics card, so then I bought an NVIDIA GTX graphics card. It's actually sitting on my porch. Man. It's sitting on my porch right now. You
just get into rabbit holes of spending.
It actually wasn't that bad. I bought the GTX 650, which is like the lowest end that works with it, and it was only $140 on Amazon, so it wasn't like...
Also, good to know, TriDef, the third-party 3D drivers, that it's like a commercial product, they just released a beta of Oculus Rift support, which supports Skyrim. So you can now kind of semi-officially play Skyrim with the Oculus Rift.
For more Oculus Rift updates, check the Oculus Rift version of Technophilia, which is literally 3 hours a week of James talking about the Oculus Rift. We don't even show up for that, do we, Dave?
I have an Oculus Rift in my house right now.
Do you really?
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Christian, you haven't said anything for a while.
I've got a space-time rift in my house.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Careful.
Awesome. Is it in like a telephone booth?
It has visits from a telephone booth occasionally, just to refuel, I believe. But yeah.
So you are somewhat of a Whovian, aren't you?
I'm a big Doctor Who fan. Yeah.
Yeah. You run a fan site. Where's your fan
Doctor
site?
Who? What's that?
Jackass.
Who's that?
Who's that?
Doctor Who is about as popular as it's ever been right now.
Yeah, sure is. Well, I've since 2005 when I started it, I run a website called Casterbrus.com. Which if you're a Doctor Who fan, you will know how to spell Casterbrus, so I'm not going to go into the details.
Okay,
I'll spell that.
And,
that's how you filter people.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and we're a news, reviews, and feature site, and we've even got a plug time. We've even got a magazine.
Wait, that's your magazine?
That's our magazine.
You have an honest-to-God printed magazine?
We have an honest-to-God... we have a PDF... Excuse me one moment. We have a PDF and various e-form magazine. And
you were just holding a physical magazine.
Yeah, that's coming along. That's basic. It's going to be POD arrangement because magazine printing is pretty expensive at the moment.
No, it totally is.
That's pretty awesome.
That's pretty cool, though.
Magazines.
Yeah, and actually, interestingly enough, that we're happy with the performance of the first issue, even though we weren't entirely happy with some of the content and the layout and design and stuff. Our second issue is purely about Doctor Who gaming. Yes, since like 1982 or so, there's been like
tabletop or
tabletop board games and videos.
There's actually video games for Doctor Who?
There's loads of video games for Doctor Who. They're all failures.
Are they fan ones?
Which is one of the main reasons to feature it, because they've all been failures, virtually.
It seems hard to do a Doctor Who video game. It's not as action-oriented a show as, say, Star Wars. Even Star Trek is hard to do.
So, I don't think it's really hard.
But it's some science fiction project. Like it's not... I mean, video games are very action-oriented. Same reason Star Trek has never really made a good video game. They all kind of
There's been a couple of good strategy games for Star Trek, hasn't there?
Yeah, there has. The
MMO is actually okay. The Star Trek it failed miserably, but it was okay.
It's just hard to make that exciting. And I think Doctor Who's kind of in the same category, isn't it?
I think it is, but I don't think it's impossible to do. I just think it needs to be done in the right way, and maybe it needs a few less fingers involved, which I know there's lots of different parties involved when they're coming to develop these games for Doctor Who in particular. So
if you want to check out the Doctor Who fandom that Christian resides over, we'll put a link in the description here.
So, you've probably already been asked, Christian, but what are your views on the new Doctor?
I think Peter Capaldi from The Thick of It is a fantastic piece of casting.
Really?
The Thick of It's a pretty great show from what I hear.
Yeah, it is.
That's interesting.
And he's
fascinating.
Does he not strike you as too bloody old?
No, I think it's a brilliant age, 55. Great age. Christopher Eccleston was 50. David Tennant
Have you watched some of these shows? The Doctor isn't always like a 20-something.
I only watched the last series with David. I just was not interested in it before then, and
when it first started,
really brought it to
the original
life.
Doctor was 55. His successor was mid-40s. John Pertwee was 50 in 1970 when he was the Doctor. Tom Baker was 40 in 1974 when he was the Doctor. Then they started getting younger.
You are encyclopedic here.
All right, gentlemen. I'm waving my hand to the camera. Enough Doctor Who talk.
No, Doctor Who
shut up.
was genuinely the only terrifying show on TV. I swear to God, I could not watch an episode of it.
I don't care.
Okay. What else we got this week?
Is this from you? This YouTube stuff?
Oh, no, this is for me and Christian. Christian, did you ever used to watch Nightmare?
Nightmare on ITV?
Yeah.
Yeah, it rings a bell.
Yeah, they have a. He was probably a bit too old for this, but my generation especially loved Nightmare. It was like an augmented reality. It's some game show where you would blindfold one of your friends and put them in this fake dungeon, and you give them commands and tell them to like go forward and cast
This was a TV show?
Yeah, it was incredible, and they've made a remake of it, like a half-hour mini-episode for YouTube Geek Week. And if you've never seen it, you got to go watch it because it's awesome. It's so good. It's like the cheesiest show ever. It's really good.
That's great. I gotta check that out. Okay, so you can find the link in the description again.
And I had a favorite quote from it where the players, the guy who's in the room, he's like, "Where am I?" And then one of his friends says, "You're in a room." And then the game show host's like, "Yeah, might need a bit more to go on than that."
That was not funny at all.
It was hilarious. Go check it out.
All right, let's move on to listener feedback, the part of the show where our listeners tell us how great we are.
Does that happen often?
Actually, no one told us how great we are this week, but
we've yet to be really sworn at.
Accusing me of having a goatee. I don't have a goatee. Hair is on the cheeks, see? Look, I'll even zoom it in closer. See that? That is not a goatee. So Ryan and Cannon don't ever accuse me of having a goatee again.
What is it?
It's a beard.
It's a full-fledged.
He's done a bit of man shaping there, though. It's definitely not like
wait. Get close to the camera again. Get close to the camera. Okay, now, for those of you who can't see, he's getting close to the camera. Yeah, I don't know. There's not enough there to make it a full beard.
How do you figure?
Well, just have a goatee.
No, I'd call that a beard.
Okay.
I regularly have a bit of stubble going on myself.
It's not enough to bring glory and praise to Allah, but I guess you can classify it as a beard.
The problem is that this hair grows faster than this hair, so if I don't keep it trimmed like every 3 days, this gets longer than the cheeks, so it ends up looking more like a goatee, which is what I'm at right now because I'm too lazy.
Does your girlfriend not complain about that? My wife banned me from having a beard.
No, she doesn't.
Kathy,
she likes the beard.
My wife Kathy does not like the scratchiness or whatever.
I think we're getting into sensitive territory if we continue.
It's actually my beard's actually very soft. I shampoo it, so it's nice and soft and fluffy.
I was hoping to talk about this next one. This is fantastic. There's a fantastic new Android app that I'm sure smartphone manufacturers, at least, are going to be just thrilled with. It's called Send Me to Heaven. It's for Android. All you do is throw your phone as high in the air as you possibly can, catch it, and it'll tell you how high you threw it.
Hopefully catch it.
Yeah. Well, again, this is why smartphone manufacturers have to be just thrilled that this exists, because,
you need a ruggedized device, don't you?
I used to work for a shop that would replace screens on phones, and I think that they should start just adding this to every phone that they repair after the fact. Just to ensure repeat customers, right?
But the high score table, it's only like 1.6 meters. That's pathetic.
Well, you can surely beat that, James, so I suggest you get an Android phone and you give it your best shot.
Well, thank you, Michael, for pointing that out.
Yeah, thanks, Michael. I mean, in the outline, Dave says it's really dumb, but I think it's awesome.
I think it's
it's dumb in that people are going to break their phones. And
yeah, but maybe I think that's kind of the point.
Not if they're good.
Samsung secretly made this to get people to buy new phones. The world, 1.6 meters is the highest.
1.6 meters. Can someone translate that to something I understand?
Times it by 3, dude.
A little bit less than how tall you are.
That's not impressive at all.
That's pathetic. Really, Technophiliacs, if you can beat this score, I want you to let us know on Facebook or Twitter. And point out that you're on the top 10, because it's right here at carrotpop.com. Yeah. All
right, so the last
link in the description.
The last thing we have to talk about, at some point last week, I don't remember last week, I blocked most of it out, as I do most episodes, because they're very traumatic for me.
Yeah.
Apparently, we mentioned something about Samsung making junky products. Did I say that? Who said that?
It was probably me.
Sounds like James. It sounds like
it's probably James. So it turns out
Samsung's like the Cadillac of the Android
shoots
market.
down that claim by sending me a link saying that Samsung is now higher than Apple in the U.S. smartphone satisfaction. So people like their Samsungs better than their iPhones, apparently. But not in Korea, though. In Korea, they like iPhones better. So there you go.
Well, that's just weird.
That's really funny, because Samsung is from Korea.
I'm
sure, James, you will say, well, they're wrong.
South Korean specifically.
No, I regret actually buying an HTC instead of a Samsung like a year ago. I would probably I might actually still be using Android if I had a Samsung. I think as it is, I gave it up after 2 weeks. It was
Samsung makes kind of the Cadillacs of phones right now. Google, 1 year after buying Motorola, is hoping to crowd in on that. Did you just see the announcement about the Moto 1?
The what?
Moto
they took
1.
our naming scheme. That's awesome.
Yeah, this is catching on. It's going to be huge. No, it's Motorola's first phone after being completely reshuffled by Google. One of the key selling points is always-on voice. So anytime the phone's in the room, if you say "Okay, Google now" and then give it a voice command, it'll do it for you. So you can say "Okay, Google now." It's like the computer in Star Trek. You can just say "Okay, computer, what's 2 plus 2?" and it'll tell you. So we won't have to think at all.
That sounds great. So the NSA can listen to you everywhere you go.
There's one always-on microphone that does not transmit. It's just always on listening to you.
So to the NSA.
Sure. Yeah, whatever.
Sure it doesn't. Just like the Kinect doesn't. Anyway, thanks for pointing that out, Dave Parak.
Yeah, the high customer satisfaction rating. Also, what I was intrigued with this one was the wood back. You can pay extra to get like a bamboo finish on the back instead of metal or plastic.
Oh my God, I'm sold.
Bamboo.
Yeah, done.
In case you drop it next time you visit a zoo.
No, Dave.
Yo.
I'm terrible at ending the show. I don't know if you've noticed.
Yeah, you are. But I do want to I do want to talk about one more thing. I forgot to put down the outline.
Okay.
And it's going to take about 5 seconds.
No.
I just want to say that I absolutely love the NVIDIA Shield. That thing is an amazing device.
Are you doing a giveaway?
Android.
Are we doing a giveaway for it, or did
we
you just buy it?
We are, as a matter of fact, but it's not up yet because I haven't done the review because of the whole having to buy a video card.
Okay, so subscribe to Make Use of's mailing list, and you'll be notified when it happens. And you would have gotten my awesome article. Wait, no, I don't think.
No, I highly doubt that was in the email. I don't think they considered that worthy of going in the newsletter.
It should. Well, when I run things, it's going to be different, isn't it?
Anyway, so. This brings close to another fantastically terrible episode of Technophilia Podcast. Thanks again to our sponsors, Bitdefender. As always, for some reason, they put up with this pile of
We
crap
love you,
we call a
Bitdefender.
podcast.
I installed you on my Mac. I don't even need it. I just have you because I love you.
Hey, I was going to do a bin using thing because I just submitted
What the fuck?
this.
Why didn't you put on the outline?
We're just wrapping this.
You!
I'm trying to end the
Screw you, okay?
It's 10:30.
What?
You're such an asshole. I was doing a nice smooth outro and everything.
Do it again in a minute. Sod you. I just submitted this ridiculously long article and tutorial about this Raspberry Pi thing called hemecontrol.js. It's like a home automation thing.
Oh, cool.
And I got everything working on my iPhone now, so I can switch on like lamps like this. Boom! Did you see that? Did that work? Like that?
I gotta click so you're bigger here. Here we go.
There we go. Look, I can turn it on and off. There you go.
We can't see what you're doing in order to make that happen. Yeah. Is that on your smartphone?
I got this is running. It's a Node.js app, which is running on the Pi, linked into an Arduino, and then you can do all sorts of crazy shit in it, which is kind of cool. But there's like, it's a pretty involved tutorial, so look out for that next week.
Is this something you have to be like a coder to know how to do?
I did have to edit the code to make it work with my remote control sockets, but yeah, I put the instructions for it, so.
Right. And but you can get back to your wrap up real quick. But Christian, you're a fantastic guest.
Thank you for having me.
Deeply appreciate having you.
I was gonna say that in the wrap up.
Oh, we'll do it then.
God, I don't have anything left to say. I already thanked the sponsors. Thanks, James. Thanks, Justin. Christian, you were very funny.
People want to hear from us during the week. Where should they go?
They should go to twitter.com/the Are we MUO Technophilia yet? Did we change it?
It's the Technophilia.
All right, still
it might change, but if you follow now, you'll come with. It doesn't matter.
Facebook.com/Technophilia Podcast. MakeUseOf.tv. That's our special domain that we only get to be on. All the other Make Use of scrubs aren't allowed.
And there's going to be some
and
massive improvements
where we write awesome articles.
In the months to come, MakeUseOf.tv will hopefully have some more content.
And now Dave Parak has a difficult road ahead of him when he finally comes on the show, because Christian was such a good guest that
it's a pretty
Dave
hard
Parak's
act to
got
follow.
some big shoes to fill now.
You are by far the best UK citizen we've ever had on the show.
Okay.
It's not even close. Yeah.
Wow, that's lofty.
Yeah.
Good to be here.
And all right, Justin, are you gonna stay on and do the art?
I think I should rejoin the family and do activities like that. So can you handle the art this week, Dave? Please don't just scratch something.
Don't.
No, I can't handle the art.
Can you handle it, James?
Probably not.
I don't even have Photoshop installed on.
So I really have to do the art. Okay, well, give me title ideas, quick, people. I thought I saw some good ones, but you did it halfway through the show.
There was something about Bieber and poop that was pretty good.
Oh my
goodness,
you're gonna get me fired, fans. You're like, I'm gonna lose my job. Don't you have any
I don't think you are.
Bieber poop.
I like the aluminum versus aluminium. Aluminium.
Why don't we just put a big picture of the periodic table pointing towards all the other elements that end in ium? And then we could point which one does not fit with the rest.
Well, see,
terrible,
and, you know, it's funny because Americans are usually big fans of consistency, right? They made Z into Z just so it would rhyme in their freaking song. So you're right. You'd think that they would be all over this. It's Zed, by the way. I'm with you on that one, James.
Justin, the top half of your face is cut off?
Well, you know what? I'm on vacation. I don't have to properly frame myself. Whatever.
Let's see what we got here. Gallium, indium, thallium,
I like the Bieber poop conspiracies, okay.
My laptop died. I can't see the chat room anymore.
Christian tells us about his poop. I don't know if we're going to do poop, you guys. Shit is a cooler word.
No. You can't use shit in the title.
What the hell?
Don't shit on my title.
Sexy fun bangs, and then just have a picture of Zooey Deschanel. Done.
How about something with Bieber?
I've discovered that Christian is older than me. Winning. Oh, nice one. I'm assuming that's Dave.
What about just destroy the Biebs?
How about just a picture of the Queen and we write flawless Queen imitation? Because let's face it, there was one.
Why don't we have a Japanese squirt your bum toilet and it's got water coming out of it like a little?
And it's squirting onto Justin Bieber's face.
Yes.
Give me the picture. Oh no, come on. I want to go, and you're telling me you can't do art. So.
Yeah, but I can come up with genius ideas.
Yeah, that are going to take a half hour to execute. Oh, whatever.
I don't even know how to spell bidet.
Just pro tip, don't look up for Japanese toilet squirting.
Of course I'm not going to Google that. I'm not stupid.
All right, Justin, I got a picture
time to Google.
You got a picture for me? Where is it?
I got a picture of a bidet squirting.
Oh, well done.
Okay. Stick it in the chat.
I'm working on
I need to turn on save.
So
am I allowed to use it? You guys, I love you. I don't want the title of the show to be poop. I really enjoy being employed, and there's just... You can allude to it. Don't make me make the title poop. Come on, guys. I like having a job. Is that really make me a sellout? I don't understand what you guys are doing. Holy crap, that looks terrifying. Am I allowed to use this? Is this legit?
I just
what are you talking about?
You don't even look into licensing because you guys don't know anything about images. Okay.
Here you go. Here's another one.
There's one.
Did you check the licensing?
Baptist, currently. Oh
I
my
don't care
God.
about the licenses from Tumblr. It's fine.
Well, beware the toilet bidet homosexual squirt gun.
What?
Now just imagine that toilet.
The Lord has just brought it to my attention that a new threat is
awesome, Justin.
finding its way into bathrooms across the planet. It's called the toilet bidet, and it's here to damn your soul and squirt your
Where's
bathroom.
that from? Where are you getting that?
From landoverbaptist.net.
Oh no, that's a
Justin,
parody.
use
site.
those
That's a
pictures, or
parody
is it
site.
illegal
Pretty
in some
awesome.
way?
I've seen that site before. I'm not taking the time to get Justin Bieber's face into the bidet. I like, give me something. You know what? You guys do the art. Screw you guys. You're gonna make all these demands of me when I'm on
I
vacation.
don't know how to do art. I don't have skill.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
fine,
just
I'll do it, but I need a title. I'm gonna go
put
with...
some text over it. Okay, so the best text. Hey guys, I really want to use poop in the title. Think of titles that have the word poop in it, because apparently you do the exact opposite of whatever I say.
So anyway,
fans.
you don't really need
Yeah,
me
what's
for
up?
this bit, do you?
Yeah, you can go.
No,
if
you
want.
don't have to
you're
hang
good.
around anymore, Christian. We don't have to waste any more of your time.
You
I
haven't
don't
wasted
think.
any of my time at all. It's been great.
Thank you so much for joining us again. Fantastic having you around. I think your voice adds some much needed sophistication.
Well, without a doubt.
It makes it feel just awesome. So have fun.
Take it
with the
easy,
new-
guys. Thanks.
Have fun
See you
with the new
Christian.
doctor and all that. Take care. Bye.
How about Bieber's bidet fever? Because you know Bieber fever. and
See,
then
that's
bidets.
good. Bieber's bidet fever. That's great. So now you just use this bidet that's squirting, and that's enough for me.
But what about Bieber?
Okay, so I've got this squirting bidet, and I've got a picture of Bieber's face. If I turn it around, I can probably fit it squirting at him. Can I do that?
Okay.
Yep, and then call it
fans.
Bieber's
Are
bidet
you okay
fever.
with this?
And then send me
What's
the
wrong
image
with
when
you
finish.
guys? I don't understand. I'm not naming it poop poop poop.
What do we
Why
have?
are we reading our
Bieber's
mistakes?
bidet. Bieber's bidet what?
I swear,
Fever.
half of you are just bots that take what I say and respond to it with nonsense. Like Bieber impersonates Queen taking a dump. I mean, it's esoteric. I'll give you that. I don't think. Wow.
Wait, what did we go with? Bieber's
guys are
bidet
amazing.
what?
Bieber's bidet fever.
Bieber's bidet fever.
Bieber's bidet fever. Actually, that's kind of awesome.
Right.
Because I came
Go
up
with
with
that.
it. I'm awesome.
I don't know. You came up with last week's, and the fans complained so much about your title.
What was last week's? I don't even remember.
I forget.
Remind me what the font was.
So there's a free font that you can use. I'm looking it up now. That's pixelated. There's two. I've been using Lomo Web Pixel, which I have. I just have it on my computer. If you
I will use that then.
do you have it?
I don't know.
I think I sent it to you. I think it's in our Dropbox folder.
I
We have a
shall use
Dropbox
that.
folder?
Yeah, we used to share our audio files, so James.
Oh,
could
right.
edit them.
Remember those
that?
days, man? Wow,
Those
we've
days.
evolved.
Those were good days. Actually, the audio quality was better then. To be fair.
Now we have guests and chat rooms and
Yeah.
fans.
Yeah. Fan. That is weird. That part. Font book here.
So, fans, how did I do as the host today? I'm curious what your thoughts are. I don't care what Justin and James think. I wanna
Don't be
know what
honest
fans
with him.
I'm happy to give up the reins. I don't care. I feel like I got to talk more.
I know I talked more because I had to.
hmm So it's the free one that you can use is O4B03.
What a creative name.
It's at dafont.com. I'll stick the link for you.
Anybody want to watch me play Dota?
Yeah. I don't, but I'm sure someone here does. If anyone wants to watch James play Dota, stick around in the chat room.
What?
If anyone wants to watch Dave play Dota, stick around in the chat room. He'll put a link and you can
I got Lomo
keep interacting.
Wajimajiggy.
We're losing fans for coming up with crap titles. Do you not like that one? I'm sorry. We should have gone with poop, 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 poop. Great thinking, guys.
Dave Prax
Nominate someone else's title as being good, and maybe it'll happen.
I'm
Bieber
play
impersonates Queen taking a dump. You're right.
Work.
That's brilliant.
So,
oh, shit,
good.
What was it?
Guys, you got this?
What's BitCasa?
BitCasa is an online storage site with an obscene amount of space offered. Free, I think. Or no, for a subscription, yeah. Okay, I'm going to head out now, guys, fans. Thanks so much for hanging out. I'm sure you guys can handle the art. See ya.
See you later.
Bye. Bye. Bieber's Bidet what?
Fever.
Fever, that was it. Sorry, I'm not that big a fan.
Because, you know, the fans of Justin Bieber, they say they have Bieber fever.
Gotcha. I have no idea.
We should have gone with poop, poop, poop. Just put poop, poop, poop on there and don't tell Justin. Oh, man. So, how's it going, fans? We're still on the air. What's everyone doing? There seems to be a delay.
Justin Bieber.
I just started playing Dota 2 for Linux, and it's awesome.
How do I take Bieber out of a photo?
I don't know.
There's a thing to do that, isn't there? Oh, shit. What is it?
The magnetic lasso tool?
No, it's better than that. There's like an extra...
You're supposed to share your screen so we can watch you struggle.
Not a fucking chance.
You fucking scrub. Technophilia Dota tournament. That sounds great. Free win for me. Is anybody even watching me play? Probably not, because they're a bunch of fucking assholes. Oh, man.
Oh, there we go. Refine edge. How do I do this?
Just make it look terrible. It'll be better.
No!
Yeah, man, the worse it looks, the better, in my mind. We're the weirdest fans ever. You know that, James?
You're weird.
No, our fans are weird.
How the hell do I do this?
Wait a second, why am I playing Dota? I should be putting my new video card and then playing it with the new video card. What's wrong with me? Hold on a second, I'm going to go get it and see what it looks like.
Probably looks like a video card. Well, this must be making for a riveting video.
Well, I've already started a game, so I can't do it now, but... Yeah, look at this beast! Yeah, isn't it pretty? It's so shiny. That's PC streaming shit better be worth it.
How do I flip a layer? We can probably finish this thing now.
The fans don't want us to stop broadcasting. They love
I think they probably do, actually.
I think they love us.
No, I don't think they do.
If you want to keep listening to what I have to say, go to twitch.tv.sidox.com. Wait, that's not right. Twitch.tv/sidox. What? Just come to the Twitch if you want to keep watching.
Oh, can I finish this now then?
Yeah, go ahead, end it. Twitch.tv/sidox. This game is beginning. I have to do things.
You have to do things. Oh no, how do I close it? Oh, I can't find the window now.
You're an idiot.
Goodbye!
Goodbye, everyone. Bye, James. I'm closing this.
Alright.